How to fill out your equity spreadsheet and refine your leads. In this video, guys, I'm going to teach you how to filter the leads that are not important and how to focus on the most important leads. How you can calculate your equity, eliminate the ones that don't have equity and focus on the ones that have equity. Okay, we just moved to estimating equity and we ran the Zillow API search because we haven't checked the complaint yet for how much is owed, and I'm going to show you an example of a completed spreadsheet in a second, but we're just going to take this as an example right now. We're going to put our own numbers. So let's say the amount owed is 200,000 even on all of them. Right, so the amount owed is 200,000. Default date is not important to us right now because we're not going to calculate the difference. We're just taking this as an example. Say for example, I wanna filter right now my equity calculation. So I want to know basically if the amount owed is less than what the property value is. I can also set up my own calculation, my own percentage that I'm looking for. So if you look here in my spreadsheet, if you're looking for 35% equity, then I would put 35% equity. If I'm looking for 20% equity, then I would put 20% equity. So just for the sake of practice, let's say 20% equity. And what will happen, this is important to remind that this is just the initial screening process, and I'm gonna go into more detail afterwards. So when taking this example, and I'm gonna go to my next step, which is calculate equity. And when I click here, I'm gonna see exactly how much equity, let's call it gross equity for the time being, okay? We don't really know what other liens are in the property and if taxes is owed and so on, but we just wanna analyze quickly, okay? I'm talking about hundreds of records that we're gonna be able to analyze and know which one we should focus, simple as that. Because we have so much data and because you have thousands of foreclosures happening, and no matter what the economy is, up or down, you want to be on top of things. You want to be on top of things that nobody can be on top of. So you wanna resolve those challenges. It's a huge challenge to handle this data. So one of the I call it a very important process because this gives you a sense of idea if you should target this lead, if you should get more information, if you should spend more time. So again, we're trying to save time. We're trying to bring 50 hours of labor into 30 minutes of automation. So that's gonna give us an edge, and that's gonna always make us faster than everybody else if we have the information and we know how to analyze it quickly. Okay, so from this example, I can see the amount of equity that I have, and I have the default amount that I'm gonna manually add, so I can know which is more attractive by other calculations that I'm also gonna focus later on when I speak on the details of the complaint and how to look at a certain paragraph. I'm gonna go over this in detail. Right now, I really want you to understand the principle of finding and creating your own leads. Actually, it's not just finding leads. You find the lead and you actually make it much more attractive. You build your own story. You know the problem, and you know how to target it. So that's gonna give you not just more success rate. It's also gonna give you a lot of more motivation. Because most people, when they start doing that stuff, I'm not saying that I'm the first one who ever started trying to buy off-market properties or foreclosures or pre-foreclosures or tax deeds, assignments, and so on. But what I am saying is that most people fail when it comes to data management, and when it comes to organizing it, and when it comes to following up properly. And that is very important, because you're not going to close a sale within just a mail or a phone call. You're going to have to understand that you're going to have to show your value when you actually conduct the the first impression when you first speak with the owner. You have to know that you are following this person along the way to the auction, okay? So this is not a lead. This is not just a lead you buying it from the owner, okay? When you learn from the owner about the condition of the property and about how much is owed, and you actually saw the property, so you have a lot of advantage when it comes to the auction. So don't lose your hope if you're unable to buy it at your first shot. Let me show you right now, after I filtered that spreadsheet and I found the equity that I was looking for, okay? I can see here, first one, I know it's 200,000 was owed, this estimate 300 means I have $108,000 in equity. Here I have 48, 71, I don't have anything below equity. Let's take that, let's remove equity more than 50% and let's see what happens. Let's see what happened if I would do it 300,000. So looking for 35% equity, and okay. So right now, I was looking for 35% equity. That was the safe margin for me. And I only left with 3 leads. Property is worth approximately $300,000. I can just go and see the property appraisal, the link, and check the property and really evaluate that that's the price quickly, and make sure that it's accurate. And then I'm gonna focus only on those leads, basically. I have $1.4 million here equity. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna dig into it, make sure everything is correct. And then I'm gonna stay only in my best leads, meaning that I know as a fact that the owner can transfer title. Okay, so I'm not gonna waste my time. That's very important for me. Yes, I understand I'm looking for equity, and I understand that sometimes I'm looking to make 50,000 or 100,000 or 120. But bear in mind, even if you find a lot of equity, the owner can still understand more or less what its property is worth. So don't get too overwhelmed with the numbers. Okay, just understand that you found a lead. Somebody who is in trouble, who has a foreclosure against him. You already understand what it means. You know how to calculate and show how much money he's going to lose but not selling his house. And also, the other advantage is because he has so much equity, you can make a really attractive offer for him to walk away with a large sum of money while still making money. If you like this video and you want to learn more about investing in real estate, more about finding off-market properties, and more about finding off-market properties with equity, please be sure to subscribe. Otherwise, you can also go to my website, lirankoren.com, when I'm offering my free 1-hour master course. If you have any questions, comments, or you want me to make a video on something, please let me know. I'll do my best to get back to you. And in the meantime, happy investing, everybody.